I want to see what this is. Begin a new Croft Manor Blood Tie story. You can play Croft Manor Blood Ties in VR. I do not have VR. A bonus challenge set in Croft Manor for combat enthusiasts. Battle through major halls. What is this? I don't know what this is. We're just gonna click it and see.
Final notice to Lara Croft, a current tenant of premises. This is to serve as your final notice for the purposes of terminating your ownership of Croft Manor. You are required to immediately vacate and surrender possession of said manor to Atlas de Mornay, executor of estates.
Lara, it is unfortunate that you have forced my hand in this matter, but so be it. As you know, your parents appointed me executor of the estate in the event of their absence. Since your mother disappeared, her death was never technically declared. And given the circumstances surrounding your father's death, it's no surprise that he never drafted a formal last will and testament to account for this circumstance. Unfortunately, you have no legal claims to the estate.
What?
I'm willing to negotiate a modest monthly stipend from your trust, but only if you leave the manor by week's end. Don't fight me on this, Lara. Your mother wouldn't want that.
Is it an actual thing that would happen?
There has to be a
Bro,
will or
I
some
would
kind of evidence
freak
of what
out.
happened to Mum in the manor somewhere. Dad's safe. Needs a combination. It's got to be in Dad's papers somewhere. Maybe in the library.
That's definitely a different voice.
Dad's map of the forgotten cities of northern Syria. He was closer than he knew to finding the Prophet's tomb.
Maybe it's the same person, but something's different about it.
Dad's book about immortality myths might be useful in my research.
Maybe. Well, this is interesting.
I finally introduced Richard to the family. It went precisely how I imagined. I see but polite grace from mother, indifference and disinterest from father, and thinly veiled contempt from Atlas. Of course they don't approve. To them, Lord Croft is the man who took away their beloved daughter and ruined her long-standing engagement, though I was never going to marry that repugnant Earl of Farringdon anyway. One might think they would be happy that I was being courted by a genuine lord of the realm. It just happens to be Richard Croft. In their eyes, the man who single-handedly ruined a once great family. But there's nothing to be done now. Watching how Richard dealt with their subtle insults and disrespect. Such grace and calm. I know he did it for me. I think I'm falling in love with this man. It will break my mother's heart, but I cannot live the life she imagined for me. My time with Richard has only made this clearer.
Live your own life.
It must have been hard for Mum to go against her family's wishes. I'm glad she did.
Well, yeah, if she didn't, you'd be dead.
One of Dad's
Well, not
Yoruba
dead.
masks. A gift from a friend he met on an expedition in Nigeria.
That's cool. I want one.
This is probably my grandfather Benjamin.
It's definitely something with the voice is different.
A picture with Dad and Anna. Never liked wearing dresses, but the color was nice.
Actually, the color's trash. And you hate it.
Dad would have liked me to go to Oxford, but I insisted on UCL. Yep, looks real. Roth once offered to forge me a fake diploma to show Dad.
Rip Roth. Gone too soon.
Well,
This is long.
this is a hell of a thing. I met someone tonight quite unexpectedly. But it shouldn't have been, it seems. I've been so buried in my work, so distracted by my latest revelations, I never bothered to notice my surroundings. But there she was, sitting at my table in the library. Her name is Amelia. And apparently she's been studying right next to me. Art history, of all things. I shared some of my research against my better judgment, but I wanted to see how she would respond. And she did not disappoint. I felt as if I was suddenly engaged in a mental game of chess, moving and counter-moving in argument. At one point, that poor old librarian had to shush us as if we were children. I feel so foolish for not having noticed her earlier. She's a brilliant woman who's challenged my ideas for the first time in memory. In truth, I don't know if she's feeling as exhilarated as I am right now, but I dare say our conversation was mutually stimulating. For the first time in a long time, I find myself thinking about something else besides my research. I hope she returns for another round tomorrow.
My parents
too
made a good
excited.
team, challenging each other from the start.
Yow. Yow.
My birthday crown. I was so proud of that thing. That's my handwriting. My penmanship was pretty good.
I don't like it. Something's different. I will not be convinced otherwise.
The door to the library. This is the map I made for my first expedition with Dad. It shows a path to the library through the servants' passages.
Am I supposed to remember this? Because I'm not going to be able to.
Wait, I can get to the library through the old servants' corridor.
Can we not
Dad's
go through it
artifacts
the
from the
normal way?
Nile Valley. I always loved looking at these. Dad became interested in immortality myths after his expeditions to Egypt.
Can we not just go this way? Because there's definitely going to be something here. Yeah, like what?
Hi, Dad. I've been thinking about Mum lately. I wish I knew more about her. How did you meet? What was she like? Winston told me that she was a brilliant artist. Are some of her paintings locked up in the West Wing? And I guess I just want to know, did she love me, Dad? Did she ever say that she did? Maybe I'm just being silly, but will you tell me more about her the next time I'm home from school?
That's rough. Getting sent away to school, trash. Having not all of your parents, both your parents, trash.
Lara, I've reviewed the report from your therapist. I have to say I was surprised to see a clean bill of health. I somehow doubt you've so easily abandoned your irrational claims. Indeed, where have you been the past few weeks? My secretary discovered that you booked a flight to Turkey on the 20th. You can't have been simply sightseeing, as your customs claims suggest. I know you're up to something, and I'll be damned if I let you use the Croft assets to indulge the same obsession that led to my sister's death. It's not too late to relinquish your claims on the manor voluntarily. If you refuse, I will find a way to cut you off. Sincerely, Atlas.
It's not even his family. Right?
Well, hello there, Sir Lancelot.
He's
Don't worry, won't
her
be boring
mother's
us all
brother.
this time.
This is her father's house. Family house.
The Grand Hall.
Like, what?
Always loved playing in here as a kid. This will be one of the first things to fix.
What do you mean? You're not even gonna get to keep the place.
A phoenix figurine. I bet this appealed to Dad's idea of immortality, of rising from the ashes and being born anew.
Yep, sure. Sure. So now, okay, the question. Can we get to the library this way? Requires the master key.
This belongs to Anna. Most of her belongings are in the guest house. What was she doing in here? Someone has a sense of humor.
That is pretty funny. Haha. Alright, well, now we need to come back here.
Lara,
Oh
you
my
know the
God.
West Wing is off limits.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to see...
We've been through this.
Was Mum's room in here?
Just stay out of there, darling.
Too bad.
Dad was always so protective of the West Wing. Locked. Need a key to open this.
Oh, this is gonna take a while.
Another one of Dad's immortality artifacts. I think Roth bought this for him from a trader in Greece.
An Ouroboros.
Lara, since your return from your expedition to Yamatai, I've grown increasingly alarmed at your erratic
Oh, shut
behavior.
up.
I can only assume you suffered some kind of psychological trauma and are only acting out as a call for help. I want you to know that I hear you, loud and clear.
He's probably part
Anna
of
and
the
I agree that
Trinity.
it's time for you to be evaluated by a professional. I took the liberty of arranging an introduction to a highly qualified colleague of mine. You should be receiving the details in the post soon. I want to impress upon you the importance of this, Lara. As executor of the estate, it is my duty to see that it is left in capable hands. And if I may be blunt, you're acting like your father when he was at his worst. He nearly lost the manor himself in those days. I'd hate for you to repeat his mistakes. I encourage you to embrace the help I'm offering. Sincerely,
Wouldn't
your
you
uncle.
think that if the reason it's not going to her because of her mother's disappearance, you would think that it wouldn't go
Hey,
to anybody?
Jonah. Sorry for not getting back to you sooner. I've
'Cause she's
decided
not
to do
technically
some
dead.
research at the manor. A lot has happened, and I need some time to think about what I want to do next. This old place is filled with memories and secrets. Uncle Atlas has tried to keep me out of here for so long, I don't even know if I want to keep it. But after everything that's happened, maybe I can find out what it still means to me. If it's worth fighting him for, I'll let you know how things worked out when I'm back in London.
Sounded very thrilled there.
Got to remember to pack this for my next trip.
What even is it? Is that the rebreather? Oh, it's a flashlight. Wow. But anyway. Cool. Let me go. Nice.
Should be able to explore the dark now.
Anyway.
What are you
Oh
doing
my God.
sitting there on the floor, Mistress Lara?
Looking at the compass, thinking.
What about, if I may inquire?
Just thinking about discovering faraway places, about finding adventure.
I'm sure you will, my lady. You've the soul of an explorer. But don't grow up too fast.
Anyway, I just don't get the whole will estate garbage. It doesn't make any sense to me.
The
Oh my
offer came
God.
in the post last week, and I still haven't told Richard. He flew ahead to Tibet, where I will meet him shortly. I never told him I was submitting my work. Never thought there was a chance of being accepted. Oh, but a gallery tour is not something I can pass up. The show will take me away from England for over a year. I'll begin in New York and travel across the United States and, oh, God, I'm giddy even writing these words. When Richard and I were married, I was prepared to relegate my painting to a hobby. But it was Richard who objected, who gave me my atelier and studio. Without that support, I might still be painting boring landscapes. Now I can't shake the foolish sensation that leaving would be a betrayal. He will laugh at that and insist I accept, even though I know it will break his heart to be apart. He never once asked me to sacrifice any part of my life for his. I have, of course, in 1,000 small ways over the years, but he would never ask. The discussion can wait, and I will join him in Tibet. I won't cast a shadow over his find. I will be by his side in his triumph, as I know he will stand by my side, in time.
But will he? That's the real question.
I'm not sure. I really need to brush up on my ancestors one of these days.
I was really thinking that going here wasn't going to be like missions. Or a mission. I honestly expected this to be just like a place you could see all the things that you gathered throughout the journeys. I mean, I'm not opposed to this, I just was not expecting it. Yeah, perfect. So we needed to go in there anyway to get the light.
Amelia, the news has reached Mother. She knows that you broke off your engagement with the Earl of Farringdon. She is beside herself with worry. But for the moment, she's controlling the narrative. As far as anyone knows, you're just having innocent second thoughts. But the moment your affair with Lord Croft goes public, it will be too late. Our name will be as ruined as this man you've chosen to bed. Don't you see that you're being selfish, Amelia? Please, consider your family. You're a de Mornay. Everything you do has a greater effect on us all. I'm coming down to London soon. Don't do anything rash until we have a chance to talk.
This guy just sounds like an idiot. It's no wonder everyone hates him. Stay with your own business, brother.
Falling apart. Maybe I should just let my uncle have this place.
No. We need to spite him.
They say a good test of a relationship is how well you travel together. Well, I'd say Amelia and I have passed that test with flying colors. Indeed, these last few months in Egypt have been nothing short of extraordinary. She and Roth get on like old uni chums. In fact, the two have spent more than a few nights drinking and playing cards into the wee hours. Despite her decidedly proper upbringing, Amelia's taken to roughing it more than I ever have. She fits in and connects with the local populace with such amazing empathy. Because of her, I've had a bit of an unexpected breakthrough in my research. She managed to convince an artifact dealer in Old Town to sell me a magnificent and quite unusual Tibetan scroll. From what I can tell, it seems to contain details surrounding an immortality ritual of some sort. I think it's time for me to take the next step with Amelia. In fact, I don't think I can wait any longer. I will ask for her hand tomorrow in the bright Egyptian sun amidst the dust and ruins.
I'm sure Atlas
I'm
would
not
be pretty
surprised
happy.
he asked her to marry him as soon as he got the idea.
Yep. Figured. Okay, so there's 3 things that we know need the key now. 2 doors and a chest.
Amelia, I know we have had our differences in recent years. I've tried my best to keep an open mind about your relationship with Richard, but I just can't let you go on this ill-conceived expedition without saying my piece. You say Richard's theories have merit. You say that he may have actually stumbled upon some mythic, unknown truth, but I have seen nothing to support such claims. And while your word may have been enough in times past, I cannot let you squander away what remains of your name and reputation, and that of our family, truth be told, on some damned foolish crusade. I intend to go to Richard's investors and let them know exactly how he's spending their money, but I want to give you a chance to put a stop to this yourself. Please, don't go to Tibet. If not for me, at least for Lara.
Bro, this guy is actually a loser.
Still just as creepy as I remember.
Some objects can be moved. What is this? My first time playing the game?
My
Oh my
lord,
god.
I hope this missive finds you on a successful expedition and in good health. Before I bore you with estate affairs, I wanted to let you know that our little angel has been into some mischief. As always, I indulged her in our usual game of chess. Over the course of the game, she broached the subject of her mother. She's having trouble remembering her now, and wanted to enter her ladyship's atelier, which you sealed off, to play on her mother's piano. It enraged her when she wasn't allowed to go in, of course. For someone so young, she has such strong emotions. Later in the day, she set a trap for me in the walk-in freezer, of all places. Before I knew what was happening, I found myself locked inside. Mrs. Sheffield discovered me an hour later, shivering and somewhat peeved. It took us an additional hour to find Lara in the grounds. I know all her hiding places, of course, but this time she really did not want to be found. Call it years of observation, but I can tell when she's out of sorts. My lord, if I may be so bold, she misses you fiercely. She is lonely for her father. Please consider a call as soon as you are able.
Yeah. Maybe.
Winston. I remember being so angry. He was always so patient with me.
King to Queen 1. I'm going to win this time, Winston.
Clever girl. But you should know by now, winning isn't everything. Queen to King's Bishop 6. Check.
Oh my god, this is gonna take forever. We're gonna be here forever. This is gonna be another day's worth.
Easy for you to say. You always win. Knight takes Queen.
What I mean to say is try to enjoy the journey, Lara. Don't rush to victory. Bishop to King 7.
I know, Winston. I just want... Oh no! I didn't even see that!
You should also know by now, I'm not to be trifled with on this board, young lady. Mate.
Oh, I am going to win. Someday.
Doubt it.
I would play chess with our old butler Winston on this board. Never could beat him.
I hate when I just don't know what I'm looking for.
I always chose white. Maybe if I let him go first once in a while, I might have won.
Probably not.
I'm at a crossroads now. Good lord, that's such a cliché. But there's truth in it. 2 roads before me. Both present joy and compromise. A life with Richard, adventure, intellectual pursuit, perhaps a new family. But also a man obsessed with something I cannot understand. Or a life of obligation, upholding the de Mornay name, embracing our traditions, not losing the family that raised me. Oh, this really is a rubbish choice. I don't want to lose them, but I love the life I've started to build with Richard. He comes with his own difficulties, but I can accept them. Will it be enough?
We're gonna end up... We're gonna see, okay? That's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna see how long it takes to do this whole thing. And depending...
Everything is
shouldn't have clicked
almost
that.
ready for Mistress Lara's birthday expedition surprise. It's been a bit of an all-hands-on-deck effort organizing the affair and keeping it secret. She's obsessed with Egypt, memorizing hieroglyphs and ancient Egyptian districts, so she'll be delighted with what Lord Croft has come up with. This will be good for her. She's been acting up of late, but I know she's just craving more of her father's attention. He's been so buried in his research. It'll be a nice moment for the two of them to reconnect. And I do believe he needs it as much as she does.
Anyway, depending on how long this takes, I might just end up splitting it. Which means the original end of the game will be like 20 minutes or something, but you do what you do. Do what you gotta do. I don't want this to be too long, and I'd rather it be short than too long. Also because then it gives me another day's worth.
Dad loved a good bottle of wine. I can still smell his favorite Bordeaux.
Bordeaux. Alcoholics, am I right?
Dad, this is it! The basement of despair!
Indeed, Lara. Muster your courage, for this is the only path to the Library of Infinite Knowledge.
Look there! See the string?
An ancient Egyptian tripwire. The Keepers of Knowledge want none to disturb their treasures. We must tread carefully.
Let me lead. I know how to spot all the traps.
I'm sure you do, my darling. Lead on.
Why do they always do this to me? What's this?
My stuffed bear. I couldn't have a tomb without a mummy.
True. Always gotta have multiple different ways to get to the same place. Is this where this leads? Like... Now I'm so turned around. Yes, okay. So now there's another left or right. Nothing left. We just need the stupid master key.
One of the wire traps Winston made for my birthday expedition. Winston used my hair ribbons to make this. He and Dad put a lot of work into this birthday surprise.
Where's Winston?
Water damage from the main hall above.
Yeah, I could tell there's a bit of damage. I don't think this is supposed to look like this. That's just me. You have your servants climb ladders all the time? Oh, you thought you could hide.
This bust of Anubis was from Dad's Egyptian
That's cool.
collection. He must have put it down in the basement for our little expedition.
It's a shame when you think about it. He probably put so much effort into things like that. And obviously, she must have enjoyed it during the time. Oh my god. But she doesn't even remember. And that happens in real life too. Shames. Blueprint.
Plans for adding electricity to the manor. Dad used to say his granny hated all the bright lights. There's a missing page.
Oh my god.
Amelia left tonight. She packed her suitcase and walked right out of here, and I didn't even notice. Like those days in the Oxford Library before we even met. I just had my nose in a book, lost in my own world. I am such a fool. I have let my obsession with this damned ritual of long life rule my better judgment for far too long, and it may already be too late. How could I have not seen this coming? I've made this mistake over and over, always putting my research before my personal life. But it's never hurt like this before. I simply cannot live without her. If I have to give up this accursed quest that has plagued me for so long, then so be it. I am going after her, right now, tonight.
But do you even know where she is? That's the real question. Where's this stupid key? Oh my god, bro.
Okay, Dad's ledger has to be in here somewhere. Hopefully it has the combination to the safe.
Forget the safe, I'm looking for the key. There's so many things in here. We're gonna be in this room alone for another 50 years.
I've created a clever little map for Lara's birthday expedition. I used the invisible ink Amelia picked up for me in Morocco so many years ago. At the time, I remember being so annoyed by that rather aggressive street vendor, but she just smiled in her sunny way and paid him without a second thought. I assumed it was just a tourist scam, but it actually works. Turns out it requires a very specific kind of vellum and a heat source to illuminate the ink after it's dried. It should prove a nice challenge for Lara to puzzle out.
Sure. Next book.
For God's sake, memorize the combination, you fool. Lara's expedition treasure. My favorite painting by Amelia. The day of our wedding anniversary.
Oh, these are clues.
Okay, got to find those objects to figure out the combination to the safe. There's something else here.
There's plenty here.
I've reached the monastery. As Roth predicted, it was hidden deep in the Himalayas. And now that I'm standing on these high stone walls, I am overwhelmed by the sheer beauty of the mountains that surround me. It is simply breathtaking. But what adds to their spiritual majesty is the truth of this place. The monks welcomed me, as is their way, but they seemed to expect me. They must have known someone like me would eventually come seeking answers. I know this is the place. They've conducted the ritual before. I have seen the evidence, the distinctive symbols carved into the floors, the art displayed on the inner chamber's walls. They've created the elixir before, and they will again if I can convince them. I sent Amelia a message straight away. I want her by my side for this discovery.
Dad was looking for an elixir.
Oh
Was it
my
the
God.
elixir of life? One of Winston's notes. He always hid sweets for me to find.
Something Jaffa? Jaffa cakes next to William Blake. What's a Jaffa cake?
I remember this now. Each district in ancient Egypt had a symbol and a number. I always preferred these symbols to the actual number hieroglyphs.
Now, let me see. These two myths are referencing the same source material. But where did I see this image?
Dad, I think it's this one, in the chapter on Egyptian districts.
Why, yes, I think you're right, Lara.
I remember the page with the illustration of Ra.
My goodness, you've been paying attention, haven't you? This could be an important breakthrough.
Does this mean I'm your research assistant?
That and more, my darling girl.
How this has changed.
Takes me back. Those were good times. The best times. This was always one of my favorite books in this library. I used to trace hieroglyphs.
That wasn't just there. Nothing else over here? No. Oh, can we go up here? Oh, God. There's a second floor? Oh, it's just a little balcony.
This picture was taken in the library. 1820 additions to the main hall in progress.
It'd be cool to have like an old house like this, but at the same time, like with those blueprints, then you gotta like add electricity and then like, it just, Like they're cool, but I don't think I'd want one. I think I'd rather just have an expensive modern house.
Dad's lighter. I don't remember him ever using it though. The Croft family crest and initials PC. I wonder if this belonged to my grandfather.
Big Croft. Billy Croft. Benjamin Croft.
Okay, should be able to light the fireplace now.
Why would we want to do that? Cool. Why did we need that?
I always accepted that Richard's rather unorthodox research was just something I had to live with. But this time, the thrill of discovery has taken hold of me. I never imagined I could be drawn in this way. Richard cabled to tell me he's found the monastery. The symbol we deciphered in the scroll was the key to its location. I don't know if I honestly believe that this will lead to the fabled elixir of life, but I can't help but feel that a great secret awaits us there. My brother was threatening to shut down the expedition, but I managed to talk him down for the time being. Now I am going to meet Richard. I would bring Lara if I could, but she's still too young. She'll be in good hands with Winston, and when we return, her parents might just be a bit more famous.
I don't like that. Don't leave your kid like that. It's kind of messed up.
Took quite a tumble off of this old thing when I was a girl. Still feel it in the shoulder from time to time.
No, go up the ladder. Why do they do that with the camera? Well, let's, before we're going up, let's look around.
This music is familiar. It's beautiful. It appears Sir Reginald's helmet fell off. Or didn't I put it back properly?
I don't want this music. Shut up. Shut up. No. Can we go through here? Need the key. Where is this key? I want a ladder to go around my house. I mean, not really, because that'd be kind of annoying, but like, I want the option to have a ladder to go around my house.
Blank, except for the image of a key.
Reset.
I remember this map now. It leads to the master key, but we made it with a special kind of invisible ink. It could only be seen with the heat of a
And
fire.
that's why we needed the
I think I
fireplace.
stashed one of Winston's master keys in here when I was a kid.
Where's Winston? That's the only thing I want to know. Well, that and the key location.
I can see the map. Looks like the key is hidden under a trunk near the bookcase.
Trunk.
X marks the spot, as they say.
Give me your keys. Let's go.
The master key. This should get me into the West
This will
Wing.
get me into so many places. Okay. So there's up there. There's down here.
All right. This
Which
should
one do
open
I go
most
first?
rooms in the manor.
How did I even get in here?
including the Forbidden West Wing.
How did I get here?
I think there might be more clues to find in the library.
Is there a map? Oh, there is. Perfect. Brother, there's 54. Oh, you what? Bro. There's still something in the library. Where? Does upstairs count as library? No, no. Nothing is there. Oh, this thingy.
The Pharaoh's crown from my birthday treasure hunt. How old was I again? 6? 8? I think this hieroglyph corresponds to a number.
Ugh.
Which one?
Please don't make me have to figure that out.
Okay, Dad's clues mention Mum's paintings and their anniversary. Hopefully I can find some answers in the West Wing.
Okay, so now we're back at the beginning. Good. So I want to go this way. So I don't remember how to get back to where we were. I have no idea. We have this to open. Which leads us back to here. Okay.
Mistress Lara, I took the liberty of preparing a tray, as dinner did not go according to plans. I've included, in addition to your meal, a few treats. I would appreciate it if you kept this between us, but I felt tonight called for something special. If you will forgive me the indulgence, your rapid exit from the dinner table had me concerned, and I wanted to impart something that I hope sets your mind at ease. I have known your father for quite some time. There is an intensity to his passion that can be frightening, but I recognize that same passion in you. You're more like him than you know. Never doubt that he loves you more than his research, more than his artifacts, more than anything in this world. Storms pass, and tomorrow will be clear and blue again. When you have finished, please leave the tray outside. Be well. Yours.
Oh, well, it was just the end of it anyway. Imagine having, like, to write notes like that to a person in your room. Or in your house. What a different time. Different world. I mean, I guess technically this is modern time, but they don't live in modern world. It's like the Queen. Queen ain't modern. Where was that chest? Gotcha. No. Don't gotcha. Where was it? So now this is going to annoy me. There's things that I don't remember where they were. I'm also curious to go this way just to see where it is that we ended up in the library. We still need the stupid crowbar. Okay, so I did not find... Where was it then? Odd. Very odd. Is it showing it on the map? No. That's annoying. There was a stupid chest that I walked by that we needed the... Whatever. Open up. Oh, wait. It was... Is this where we are? Yeah. Okay, it was in here somewhere. So I just did that whole on trip for nothing. This is where it was.
The Croft family crest.
Cool. So now I believe we just need the crowbar, but other than that, this is the only thing to do.
Worse than I thought.
Left or right? Left. Open up. Open up times 2. Gimme.
With Amelia gone, the manor is a different place. A dimness pervades, a quiet I can't stand. Even though Lara is too young to understand what has happened, she also senses the change. She's asked after her mother only once, and I'm afraid my reaction must have terrified her. I will need Winston more than ever these next few months to help look after her. I never quite realized how much grief can consume a man, but I am utterly consumed. I know I can't escape the pain, but I will try my damnedest to avoid it. I will seal the West Wing for as long as I live in this place. It will remain exactly as Amelia left it. Perhaps someday Lara can find her own answers there.
How are you supposed to do that if you won't even let her go in? I had to wait until I was like, what, 90? Kinda messed up. Oh my god.
After everything
I
Atlas
think
has...
this was Dad's pocket watch. Looks like it stopped precisely at midnight.
Interesting.
done, how could you tell him about the expedition?
It's just all been too much. I needed to talk to someone. He's still my brother.
Even if he's an idiot? Oh my god.
Amelia would not have approved. That alone should have been the end of it. But I am, as God made me, a stubborn fool. I locked all the West Wing's doors, and I shall not open them again until either my life or my obstinacy comes to an end. The night before, Roth told me I would someday change my mind. Like a broken arm cast in plaster, he said. The wound would heal, and we would someday shed the bandages to be whole again. The metaphor made me furious. The clumsy way he cast our loss off as nothing more than an inconvenience. There is wisdom in his rough words, but I've done what I must. Perhaps one day, Lara will throw back the doors to let the sun shine in again. Maybe she will find her own sense of peace in this place.
It's not very peaceful right now, I can tell you that much.
At least that old thing still works.
Oh my god.
I am bursting with pride. Amelia is with child. It is amazing how everything in life can change with such a simple event. Obviously, we don't know the gender, but already we've discussed possible names. Perhaps Benjamin, after my grandfather, or maybe Griffin. He was more infamous at Croft than even me. No, Amelia wouldn't have it. Besides, she's certain it's a girl. She favors a classic such as Scarlet or Kate, though I've made some headway with Lara. A subtle nod to the sun god Ra, and our days in Egypt, where certainly this child was conceived.
Nice.
I find myself thinking about this new life we've created, of how much she might be like us. For all my research into myths of immortality, I may have ignored the most obvious answer to the questions that plague me. We live on through our progeny, our genes, DNA, experiences passed through the generations. Perhaps this is the simple truth of eternal life, and I've just been too stubborn to accept it.
I can't believe how
Dad
long
may
this
have
is.
discovered the secret to immortality without even knowing it. Mum's wedding ring. I always wondered what happened to it. The inscription is faded.
I can't read that. This is gonna end up being like... I was thinking this was gonna be one episode.
I believe it took this trip to push me over the edge. I've been able to see Richard in his element, seeing him at his best and his worst. I've experienced the purity and chaos of his passion, and I came to realize I want his passion in my life every day. So it's done. Richard wanted to wait another 4 days until my birthday, but I wouldn't have it. Once I make a decision, I prefer to get on with it. So we found a small chapel in Luxor that was just right. And with Roth and the others at our side, we married as the sun set over this remarkable land. Mother will never forgive me. Atlas will forever resent me. But I don't care anymore. I'm free of De Mornay obligations. Free to pursue my own passions and live my life surrounded by those who will encourage and challenge me. I'm excited for the future, whatever it may bring. Tomorrow, Richard and I return home to London as the Crofts, forging our path together.
Wow. Still another clue in here, though.
I remember this. Dad gave it to Mum on her birthday. October 13th, Mum's birthday.
Would make sense.
Pretty sure my parents were married in October.
Also would make
It
sense.
was close to her birthday.
We already figured it out. It was a few days before. 4, I
Mum,
believe.
on her wedding day, she looks so beautiful. There's a date, October.
We know the day.
Something.
I don't know the
Damn,
day.
The number is faded.
But if I had the ability to re-look at these things, I could figure it out.
Anniversary was in October. But
What did that
which
say?
day?
It's
I
4
can't
days
believe
before
I
that.
don't know this. There's got to be another clue somewhere. My mother's perfume. The smell. So familiar. I can almost remember her.
Yeah, you were like, what, 5? How you gonna remember that? I don't remember things when I was 5.
This is Dad. I suppose it's a family tradition, but I can't imagine having one of these made of me.
Why not?
I don't trust him.
You don't have to, Richard, but please, trust me.
I'm sorry, my dear, but I know him. He'll take it to the papers. The investors will pull out.
Then go. Without me. Tonight. I will take care of Atlas. And then meet you in Tibet next week.
I was so young, but I still remember that terrible argument. It wasn't always an easy road for my parents.
Why do they make her mouth move when she's just not even close to right? Did we get all the clues in here? No, I don't see anything. I don't know exactly how saving works in this, but I think we should probably wrap it
This
for
is
now.
strangely beautiful.
Let's just see what's... Oh my god.
Okay, Laura, keep it together. You're starting to see things.
No, I saw it too.
Mum's atelier. Dad sealed it soon after she died. Untouched for years. Exactly.
I don't
as she
really want to
left
deal
it.
with that right now.
There has to be something in Mum's atelier that I missed.
My lord, we all hope your work was well received at the conference and look forward to your return. As is so often the case with these missives, I wanted to call your attention to an incident involving our little angel. It seems that Lara has been the subject of some ridicule amongst the other girls at school. From what I can gather, some of the other young ladies were teasing her for being too much of a tomboy. You know how Lara can get when pushed into a corner. Let's just say they won't be bothering her again. But I do think their words have had an effect. I believe Lara has been missing her mother lately. She's begun to worry that she isn't like the other girls. And having grown up with only a father, it shouldn't come as a surprise that she has trouble relating to them. I wonder if this new friend of yours, Anna, is it? Perhaps she might prove a welcome influence.
Sure
It might be worth
did.
bringing her to the manor to meet Lara. In any case, I'll let you decide the proper time to do that. Please travel home safely. Yours.
Yo, don't care. Alright. Is there a save option? There is not. But I imagine there's a save. That would be really stupid if you have to do this in one go. Especially considering how long this is. Well, I'll put it this way. If I go to redo it, and it takes me all the way back, you'll never see this. So, we're just going to put our faith in it. So we'll explore into this place next time. But for now, we out.